Good morning. I'm happy to be here with you as Liturgist for today's worship. We'll begin with a centering thought and invocation. God is with us in our suffering, loving us, walking with us, comforting us. I do not believe God is the cause or author of such suffering. I do not believe God allows bad things to happen. I can't imagine why God would allow us to suffer. I believe in a God who is always working for good. A God who is somehow able to take horrible, rotten things and create something out of the rubble. God came into the world amidst violence, oppression, and despair, and was able to bring life from that darkness. And I believe that God is with each one of us in our challenges and suffering, comforting us and consoling us, and trying to bring good out of that which was so bad. And that is what I think makes God, God. If you're worshiping with your family or loved ones, now is the time to pass the peace to one another. And if you're worshiping alone today, speak a prayer for peace into the universe. The scripture for today is Matthew 13, verses 31 to 33 and 44 to 52. I'll be reading from the Common English Bible. He told another parable to them. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed that someone took and planted in his field. It's the smallest of all seeds, but when it's grown, it's the largest of all vegetable plants. It becomes a tree, so that the birds in the sky come and nest in its branches. He told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast, which a woman took and hid in a bushel of wheat flour until the yeast had worked its way through all the dough. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure that somebody hid in a field, which someone else found and covered up. Full of joy, the finder sold everything and bought that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls. When he found one very precious pearl, he went and sold all that he owned and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that people threw into the lake and gathered all kinds of fish. When it was full, they pulled it to the shore, where they sat down and put the good fish together into containers, but the bad fish they threw away. That's the way it will be at the end of the present age. The angels will go out and separate the evil people from the righteous people, and will throw the evil ones into a burning furnace. People will be there, weeping and grinding their teeth. Have you understood all these things? Jesus asked. They said to him, Yes. Then he said to them, Therefore, every legal expert who has been trained as a disciple for the kingdom of heaven is like the head of a household who brings old and new things out of their treasure chest.